distinguished. A warm welcome all of you to the 53rd meeting of Bahrain IT Professional Toastmaster Club with the theme Father's Day. Before I start the meeting, I request all of you to please follow the meeting's protocol. Turn off your mobile phones or keep them on a silent mode. Our club mission is to provide supportive and learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in great self-confidence and personal growth. Now I hand over a control to our president to call meeting in order. Please welcome our club president, TM Santosh Abraham, with huge round of applause.
Thank you so much, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Wasim Khalid. Greetings to you and thank you for this warm welcome. And it's the last time you're going to welcome me as the president of this BITP Toastmasters Club. Meeting number 53 of the BITP Toastmasters Club is called to order. Do we have any official apologies?
Yes, Mr. President, we have 3 apologies. One from Toastmaster Risk, he is busy with his work. And Toastmaster Yunus also stuck, I think day is very long. So okay. He said he's on the way, he did not reach to his home. And our VPE, he said he will joining little bit late, maybe after 20 minutes. Okay. These are the 3 official apologies. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much. Can I ask the Toastmaster of the day whether the agenda is in order? Any changes to the agenda as of now? Toastmaster Day.
For the agenda, we only have one change, which is Tawfiq will be taking over the timer role. That's the only change I have.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohamed.
No, there are 2 changes. 3 changes. We need also the grammarian. Grammarian also is not appear here. I am taking as a counter, so someone has to take as a grammarian as well as.
Okay, grammarian role was handled by Toastmaster Riaz, so he's not in today, is it?
Yeah, he sent an official apologize. He is not able to join. He is stuck in his work.
Okay, we have, so who's taken on the grammarian's role then?
We have here Toastmaster Wasim.
Okay, Toastmaster Wasim, do you have the word of the day and things like that passed to him?
Yeah, word of the day is accountability.
Okay, I mean, if you can give the explanation stuff like that at the last minute to him, if you already Tawfiq is cleared that, it will be great because for Wasim is now going to introduce shortly in a few minutes time, just for the sake of things to get faster. So Wasim will take on as the grammarian role for the information of the Toastmaster of the day. And the R counter is going to be there, right? R counter is, who's R counter?
Me.
Okay, fine. Okay, so with that, those changes, can we adopt the agenda?
Yeah, I propose the agenda to be adopted.
Fine. The agenda has been adopted and anybody else can second this, please.
President, I am DTM Khalid Jalal. I second the changes.
Thank you so much. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen. Very good evening, a blessed evening to all of you. You know, this meeting is very special to me because all of you know why it is so, because I'm delivering my last speech as club president of the BITP Toastmasters Club. And ladies and gentlemen, and we don't have any guests today to introduce. 1 year ago in July 2020, I delivered my inaugural president's address. In my speech, I said that my vision of BITP Toastmasters is to create good experiences, good memories, and good relationships, and to move forward with even greater enthusiasm. That was the theme for our year. So we set the bar for BITP Toastmasters high and challenged ourselves to go for the President's Distinguished Club Award. A seemingly impossible task considering the pandemic restrictions and the low turnout of members for the online meeting then. We all believe that if we aim for the moon and know where we are aiming at, even if we miss it, at least we land up in the stars. But with this enthusiasm that this wonderful club had shown and displayed, we did not just land up among the stars, but we did land in the moon itself. I mean, I'm not talking about moon per se, but what I mean to say is that we got what we aimed for. We got 10 out of 10 points to achieve the President's Distinguished Club status. Congrats to my wonderful team of ExCom members and all the members of the BITB. We need to give each one of us a round of applause for that. We wouldn't have achieved what we achieved, not just the President's Distinguished Club status, but showcasing of excellent meetings if it was not for the support and contribution of all the members. There are some members who did not even miss a single meeting all through this year. A special thanks to all of them. I don't want to name them especially, but you know whom I'm talking about. I also managed to preside over every single meeting as a president without missing a single one of them. So my VP Education did not get a chance to become the acting president this year. And this is not all, this is not just because of my dedication. Of course, thanks to the COVID situation, we had travel restrictions which prevented me from traveling out of country. Otherwise, I used to be a high-level traveler all down the region. We had members like DTM Khalid, DTM Vikaruddin, Toastmaster Vikaruddin. I spelled him as DTM because he's on the way. Toastmaster Vikaruddin and Toastmaster Ahmad Al-Balushi, who completed about 4 to 5 levels this year. And this was the first year when all meetings were virtual meetings, but in spite of the online restrictions, we got used to the techniques and thrived in showcasing excellent meetings. We bought out our first BITP magazine called Bits and Boats on the 50th meeting, which was a meeting so meticulously arranged. A big thanks to every one of you existing members who choose to renew your membership and very importantly, paid up your Toastmasters International dues on time. That was very important. I'm not forgetting our 10 new members who have chosen to join BITP Toastmasters this year, as well as our visiting Toastmasters from all over the world. We had people visiting from all over the world, district, division, and area officers who support and encouraged us by attending our meetings ever so often this past 1 year. This year, we made our presence in the area and division contests and did win few awards for the club. I would like to thank my ExCom members for attending all the divisions club officer trainings, and let that be a role model for all the new ExCom members. And we got ourselves a Super Coat Award for the district and for carrying out the responsibilities. Super Coat Award, ExCom members, you all deserve. You have attended all the meetings. Let the new executive committee also follow suit. And all those ExCom members have been faithfully held our responsibilities well. Each one of my officers were not just assets to myself, but the whole club. Talking about the Sergeant-at-Arms Toastmaster Wasim, he was a very punctual and meticulous administrator who always maintained a smile, even under difficult situations. Every meeting was handled so perfectly, introduced the online voting on Zoom smoothly, and introduced the digital certificates very well, and sent across to every guest without any failure. And he was receptive in even taking roles for events outside the club. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Wasim, for being a wonderful officer this year. Our treasurer, Toastmaster Neros, performed his role very well, even while he had challenges and stress at work. He told us very often that this is the case with this, but then even as he had apologized several times, he still managed to do the role to the best of his possible. Our secretary, Toastmaster Farzana, has been meticulously minuting the proceedings of each meeting without leaving a single detail. She is a computer by herself, and she always presents it with a graceful tone and a smile. Our VPPR, Toastmaster Vikaruddin, has been a role model for many VPPRs by his proactive work in media, advertising, and flyers. He lives, talks, and breathes Toastmasters. You all know that without me saying that. And I took the initiative to bring out the first BITP magazine, Bits and Boats. He has also initiated the first youth leadership program for the club, for which over 80 students have already registered. Our VP membership, Toastmaster Gangadhar, managed to keep membership roster healthy, adding 10 new members during the year, and also winning the Smedley Award and Lead and Win September Award for membership growth as well as for retaining members this year. Our VP Education Toastmaster Ahmad Al-Balushi has been actively chasing members all through the year to complete the educational tracks and to fill up their roles for each meetings. He himself progressed his level so fast to be a role model and also took the lead to achieve the DCP points to get to the president's distinguished club status. He was also a Speechcraft to Charter Award winner at the DTAC. There is someone I need to thank a lot, and that is our IPP, immediate past president, also a division director, DTM Khalid Jalal, someone who won D2 Proactive Division Award and Club Sponsor Excellence Award at the DTAC this year. He is one person I can always reach even at 2 a.m. in the morning. He has been a guide and a support all through the term for helping us reach the quality standards that we have always strived for. On a big applause to the entire XCOM team. A big applause to them. Thank you so much for being a wonderful support, great officers all through these years. On behalf of the entire XCOM team, a big thank you to all the members, because of all of you, BITP is truly alive today and approved our theme for this year with even greater enthusiasm. And as club president, I recognize and acknowledge your contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, dear Toastmasters, in this, my last president's opening address, what do I want to share with you? And what special word do I have for my successor and his team? Just these words. We have the enthusiasm now. We have gone with even greater enthusiasm. Now, aim high and never give up. Thus, my dear members, in your Toastmasters journey, some of you might find that your progress seems slow and you're not making much leeway, or rather much leeway. Never give up. Your breakthrough might come in your next project speech. I'm telling you this. Wait for the next project speech. Every time you assign yourself, you design yourself, you're going to get better. Whereby you see a sudden jump, an exponential increase in your speech delivery standard. That's what happened to me. Do not give up. For like the sun, which is always shining, even if it is hidden behind the dark clouds, the moment the clouds move out of its way, or as it traverses the sky, the sun rays break forth once again, and it's a dramatic sight. That's the same with some of your project speeches. I've enjoyed some of all of your speeches, and most of those speeches have really taught me something. My message to the incoming club president and his XCOM team is this. All 8 of you are going to be leaders of this club. And by working together as a team, I strongly believe you will perform even better than this current team and bring our club to a greater height, because we always believe that our tomorrows will be better than our todays. Stretch yourself and you will be pleasantly surprised. Go for the President's Distinguished Club status and even more. Finally, I will leave all of you with this. Be the best that you can be and make a difference. Let's all move with even greater enthusiasm as BITP Toastmasters. Thank you all for your support, your encouragement, and your friendship. It's been my pleasure to serve you as the president of this team. Thank you so much. Now let's move forward with even greater enthusiasm to our programs of the 53rd meeting of the BITP Toastmasters Club. To captain this meeting, our Toastmaster of the day is an adventurous and daring explorer, very casual at times, very formal at the times it has to be, and he's got a sharp look. He will see and he will capture you. That's the way he is. A principal at Arkapita Investment Management who has already made his mark with his first 2 speeches. Please welcome the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mohamed Al-Saie, with a big round of applause.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters and guests, thank you for the wonderful introduction. As Toastmaster of the day, it is my responsibility to introduce today's speakers. After the speech have concluded, I will ask for the timer report, request for the bailout to be passed for the vote counter. I will introduce the general evaluator, ask the R counter for their report, ask grammarian for their report, and call for a vote counter for the results. I will then return control of the meeting to the president before we conclude the day. Thank you, Mr. President.
Are we moving on with the Toastmaster Day? Toastmaster Day, just want to let you know, you would, the general, after general evaluation, you will be, either you can pass the control back to me, or you can introduce the installation officer, DTM Mohamed Taraswi.
I sent him the agenda. You can check. It's already mentioned all this.
All right. So you can take on with the rest of the meeting, Toastmaster Mohamed.
Thank you. So we'll start the education session, speakers and speech details. So we have Shakil Saie, Sheikh, and his evaluator will be Mohamed Nerouz. And you have 4 to 5 minutes.
Toastmaster Mohamed, I think you will need to introduce the timer, the grammarian, and the hour counter so that they can introduce their.
But I hope I remember what Mr. Vikaruddin said. For the timer, it will be Tawfiq, Toastmaster Tawfiq. For the grammarian, Toastmaster Wasim, if I'm correct. And for the hour counter, Mr. Toastmaster Tawfiq. And for the general evaluator, Toastmaster Fatma Farsana.
Yeah, you can ask each one of them to share 2 minutes how they are going to do their duties today.
So
they will
start with the introduce the timer for today. Toastmaster Wasim, please go ahead.
No, Toastmaster Tawfiq is a timer.
Oh, Tawfiq, okay. Toastmaster Tawfiq, please.
Last minute changes were there. It's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Mohamed Saie. Time goes, you say, ah, no. Not the last. Time stays, and we go. So time is very important, and that's why we start on time, we end on time. That's the motto of having Toastmasters platform, be on time. Today, the speeches will be marked on the basis of, we have 2 icebreakers, and the timing criteria for that would be 4 to 6 minutes. At 4, you will have a green light. On 5 minutes, you have a yellow light. And on the red, you will have it on 6 minutes. Of course, you will have 30 seconds as a grace period. That's for the icebreaker speeches that we have. And for the evaluation, you'll have 2 to 3 minutes on the 2-minute count, yellow on 2-minute 30-second count, and red at 3-minute count. Then for the table topics, we will have green on 1 minute, yellow on 1 minute 30 seconds, and red on 2 minutes. Of course, a 30-second grace on that as well. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tawfiq. For the grammarian, it will be Toastmaster Wasim, I believe. Please.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any misuses of English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is accountability, which means the fact or condition of being accountable, responsibility. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the word of the day report and grammarian usage report when called upon during the meeting. Thank you, and back to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wasim. Next, for the R counter, I believe, again, it's going to be Toastmaster Tawfiq. Is that correct?
No,
Because
it's
it's,
you.
it's you. Okay. Toastmaster Bahrain, please.
Thank you, TMOD. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the purpose of our counter is to note words and sound that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. I will listen to overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including er. I will also note when is repeat of words or phrase such as I, or this mean. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. And word of the day is accountability, accountability, accountability. Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bahrain. And now I'll introduce our general evaluator, Toastmaster Fatma Farzana. Please. Toastmaster Farzana, general evaluator, if you could please unmute your mic. She's unmuted, but I cannot. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. TMOD. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. The purpose of my role as a general evaluator is to review and assess the meeting. I'll be explaining the purpose and my report I'll be presenting at the end of the meeting. Thank you, and back to you, Mr. TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fatma Farzana. Next, we'll be moving to our first speech by Toastmaster Shakil Saie Sheikh, and his evaluator will be TM Mohamed Nuruz. The mic is yours.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, very much.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, dear Toastmasters, fellow guests. My speaker, TM Shakil Saie Sheikh, is attending his level 1 speech. Path Presentation Mastery, Project Icebreaker. Title, Fly Out. The purpose of this project is to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. I wish good luck to TM Shakil for his first speech today. And back to you, Mr. TMOD. Thank you.
Thank you, evaluator Toastmaster Mohamed Nuruz. Toastmaster Sheikh Shakil Sheikh, please, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Nuruz. Far away. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
Okay, thanks. Far away, there was a big bright flame, incinerator, burning useless chemicals. The light of the flame was visible across many kilometers. Nearby, there was a sound of compressors and pumps. And the atmosphere was filled with pungent smell of chemicals and acids. On a rusted iron step of that chemical plant sat a man thinking himself, will I be doing just this for the rest of my life? Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, That was a deciding moment in the life of the man when he stood up from the step and walked in the cool breeze of the night, making a firm decision to pursue higher education. He decided to do masters in business and information systems. He was working for almost 2 years in the giant petrochemical complex of Reliance Industries in 1996. He had joined Reliance after completing his degree in instrumentation and control engineering from College of Engineering, Pune in 1994. It was his dream to be an engineer. He lived in a small town, having population less than 10,000 people. After completing his high school, he went to hustling, bustling Pune city for further studies. That was a big change for a teenager, going from a town to a big city. Those were the days where the best means of communication with your parents was letters, what you would call a snail mail today. And if you send a letter, you will get a reply maybe after 10 or 15 days or even later. And those days they said students from towns do not survive the competition of cities. But this man had a vision. He was committed to his vision. With hard work and dedication, he got admission to one of the esteemed engineering colleges and became an engineer. After working for 2 years in Reliance, he did Masters in Industrial Management from NITI, Mumbai. And while studying in NITI, he developed interest in information systems and security of systems. On a cloudy, rainy day, the hall was packed with students. Everybody was waiting for his turn. And there he was, presenting his papers in front of executives from KPMG. It was a delightful moment for him when he was selected for one of the prestigious jobs in KPMG in his field of lighting. Thoughts about his family were lingering in his mind when he was traveling on a long flight to America. Unknown country, unknown people, no clear direction of path. And there he was in the land of opportunities. The land of opportunity gave him an opportunity to work for Reuters. It was barely 3 years when he worked there. He was offered an opportunity to work for Riyadh Bank in Saudi Arabia. He took that challenge. He came and joined Riyadh Bank, and he enjoyed working there. As he was learning more about cybersecurity, that is his field of passion, and he was also progressing in his career. In a bus leaving Makkah, after completing his third Hajj pilgrimage, he was engaged in thoughts again. 16 years is a long time. It's now time for change. But the change this time looked frightening and uncomfortable. Throughout his life journey, he was constantly getting out of his comfort zones. He was not going to stop doing that. He decided to leave Riyadh Bank without having anything in his hand and without having any knowledge of what he is going to do. But that was necessary. As he was exploring the challenges of such time, he was offered a position of head of information security in early United Bank, Bahrain. On one fine day, the president of the Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters Club invited him to a meeting. He attended the meeting and at once knew this was the right place for him. He always had a vision. He always had a dream or desire to present his ideas, deliver speeches, talk to people. He realized Toastmasters is a great place to learn this. Without much delay, he decided to join the club. And there he is, presenting in front of you his first Toastmasters speech, the icebreaker. My fellow Toastmasters, every single person has a capability to achieve his vision, irrespective of his background, irrespective of where he or she is coming from. And with hard work and dedication, all things are possible. The biggest lesson that I learned in my life is that comfort zone is the dead zone. If comfort zone is the graveyard of your dreams and desires, if you want to grow in your life, then leave the place you are comfortable with and fly out to unknown zones. Explore the world, explore your potential of what you can do. If you feel your life is static, it's now to make it dynamic. It's now time to fly out, explore, live your life, live your potential. And that's all, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Amazing speech. Next, we'll be moving to Toastmaster Anis for his speech. I'll first introduce his evaluator, DTM Khalid Jalal.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Toastmasters and our guest, good evening today. It's an honor to be the evaluator of a very close friend and contact, Toastmaster Anisur Rahman. Our speaker, Toastmaster Anisur Rahman, is attempting his icebreaker project from Dynamic Leadership Path of Pathways program. It is each title, Spark, Where Does One Want to Go? Spark, Where Does One Want to Go? The purpose of his project is to introduce himself to the club members and learn the basic structure of public speaking. I wish him all the best with his icebreaker. Just a note for the timer, please note he has 4 to 6 minutes for his icebreaker speech. Thank you very much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster DTM Khalid Jalal. We have Anis. Sorry. We have Toastmaster Anis Rahman. Please, your mic is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you, DTM Khalid. Thanks, everyone. Spark. An intense burst of energy, competent to excite things to motion. In automobiles, a single spark can kickstart machinery, which can either construct infrastructure or completely destroy mountains. In humans, the same spark can be defined as an intense feeling to drive one to achieve his goals and motto. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. My name is Anisur Rahman, and I have this spark to grow, to lead. Professionally, I'm a cloud consultant and technology enthusiast associated with Almoed Computers Middle East for almost a decade now. My accountability is to drive organizational readiness towards cloud and digital transformation using solutions both on-premises and on the cloud. Within Almoed Computers, I'm also accountable as a cloud customer success manager and also licensing specialist. To tell you of my journey, I would kickstart saying, I am basically from the garden city of India, Bangalore, or how people call it, Bengaluru. My family roots are strongly linked with Andhra Pradesh. However, my schooling, my graduation, and all my younger age was done in Bangalore. I am specialized in electrical and electronics engineering, but my profession has taken a turn in the field of IT. My decade and a half experience started off in the year 2005, working for an MNC called as ITC Infotech. Later, moving to the another MNC, Accenture India Limited. Now, one thing to remember is every IT person's dream is to have an offshore visit. And Alhamdulillah, Almoit Computers provided me the break in year 2012. From then on, there was always a growth to grow, to move forward. Most of my colleagues definitely are like, or the people who have worked with, I see some of them already to be part of the Toastmaster Club. Personal note, I would say happily married and father of 3. Though happily and married might not go hand in hand, but we still stick on to the oxymoron. My eldest son is 8 years old. My second son was 1 month old when, due to some health complications, he passed away. And my youngest one, Alhamdulillah, is currently just 6 months old. I always remember to add my second child because he was accountable for the person I have become today. When you look at the life, you have ups and downs. One day you're on the pinnacle, the other day you're beneath the grave. But however, life is full of excitement. Life is full of opportunity to learn, to grow. Alhamdulillah. With this very spark, I have joined Toastmasters to improve my leadership qualities, my skills, and also a lot more how I can communicate with people, learning from the leaders themselves. Though it's something new to start, however, I would say it's always a great pleasure to move forward in this particular area. Today, when we look into this, I see this as a platform where you have IT professionals. I see this as a platform where you have leaders who have excelled in the area of communication, who have moved on from being from the very best in the industry. Last week, when I had this opportunity, I met some remarkable people with amazing skills. This is something which I want to develop. And as I said, something to lead forward for. With this, I want to thank you all for this opportunity, and I'd go to handing over to TMOD. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anis Rahman. Very nice speech. Thank you. We'll move now to the evaluator sessions. We'll start with the table topic session. Toastmaster Santosh Ibrahim, please.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Mohamed Al Saie. Toastmaster Mohamed Al Saie is doing the role for the first time, doing extremely well. Wonderful. All right. To the table topic session. We heard 2 wonderful icebreakers, and I'm sure you like those icebreakers. Both of them have done a wonderful job here, and both the speeches were extremely good. Now you see that, but in real life, you don't really get the opportunity to plan like this. We don't get the opportunity to have the luxury of to plan and prepare a speech like this. So that's when, for example, suppose you're sitting in your own office and the manager asks you to present something, immediately say, why don't you imply this idea, or why don't you present the speech, or why don't you present this idea across? You get to know sometimes you need to impromptu present certain things, and that's what Toastmasters equips you for. Or in a family get together, probably the family will ask you to just stand up and speak, or do a farewell meeting for a colleague or somebody. How would you feel in the situation? I've seen people getting so nervous when they've been asked to call without any preparation. Even my area manager at one point of time almost turned Vibjur. I mean, Vibjur, all 7 colors all together on his face when he was asked to present something without, just to give a comment in front of a big crowd. So that's where the Toastmasters organization really trains you across for impromptu speaking. The ability to speak confidently and clearly with little or no preparation is a very valuable skill. And like many things in life, competence simply comes with practice. As Toastmaster table topic session allows us to practice our impromptu speaking in a safe and friendly environment. It also gives members who have not yet spoken during the meeting an opportunity to speak. Now, let me tell you how this works. Now, today's theme, when Windows was introduced, Bill Gates mentioned that what the theme was. What you see is what you get. So today's theme is what you see is what you're going to speak of. Having said that, I'm not going to share a screen or share a PowerPoint presentation, which we have been seeing our other colleagues doing for the last few weeks, which is also nice. But I would like to make it slightly different this time. So I'll tell you how it's going to go. It's going to go like this. I'm going to call up one volunteer, or somebody can volunteer to speak. All right. And I will be showing you an object. For example, I'll be showing you this on the video on my screen. All right. I don't know. You can guess what this is by the way I show it. If you don't understand what this is, whatever you understand that this is, you can talk about it. Now, can you unmute yourself and say, what do you see here? What is this?
Nail cutter.
Nail cutter, right. Now, you saw that it as a nail cutter. Now, if somebody who doesn't have an eyesight properly, or somebody whose video is not so clear might say this is a plastic piece or this is a chalk. But that's okay. As long as whatever you see it is, you can comment about it. But definitely you cannot say this is a horse or a monkey or a banana. It will not look like that. So I can allow a bit of variance if you don't understand this. Now, having said this, let me also say that when you have this 2 minutes to speak, you don't have to say about the nail cutter. What is nail cutter used for? Or it is used for cutting my nails. No, you can take any story out of it. You can look at this nail cutter and say, oh, and talk about a time when you cut your nails and you bruised your hands, or you had blood coming out of your fingers, or about the first time your wife ever cut your nails, first time romantically your girlfriend had cut your nails, or tell about the advantages of grooming yourself, or about how bad it is if you don't cut your nails and you get to bruise other people on the way. Whatever, you can develop any story out of this object that is being shown. That's the whole idea of this particular event. So what you see is what you're going to speak of, and there is no limitation. Your imaginations are open as far as the object is concerned. So I'm not going to ask you to speak on this nail cutter. This is an example. All right. So I'll show you a couple of objects here. You got to speak about it. And I'm doing it also as a project wherein I'm going to listen to you, and I'm going to have a brief conversation about what you're going to say, a brief idea about what you have mentioned. So shall we go? Are you ready? Yes. Who will be my first volunteer? I can't see the hands on. Who will be my first volunteer? If you want, you can pin me so that you can see the video very clear. Who will be the first volunteer?
We have your guest. Otherwise, I will go.
Okay, we have guests, so I'll give the guests a chance. Anybody from the guest side? I can see Liza Yade, Nuha Madani, Noor Mohamed. Anybody would like to comment the first one? Not about the nail cutter. Who would like to say the first comment on the first topic?
I will go, Mr. President, if you allow me.
Khalid, the ever-ready person. All right. Can I see your video?
I thought I looked more handsome without video, but at your risk.
Okay. DTM Khalid, I will not say what I'm presenting. You will have to look at it, just guess, and say whatever you want to say. Your time starts now.
Thank you, table topic masters and our guest. What was shown to me is very important for all of us. What was shown to me never waits or stops for anyone. It only stops if you are kids or we remove the battery from it. Otherwise, in real life, it never waits for anyone. It has a fixed time when it starts, fixed time when it should stop with our life. If we lose a bit of it, we have lost a huge part of our life in any aspect in our life, be it in education, be it in a relationship, be it in our timing, be it a moment of learning, be it a moment of enjoyment, be it moment of being present in Toastmasters meeting. By Toastmasters, time waits for no one. And what our table topic master shown me is the clock. It shows the time. It shows we need to be very punctual in our time. We need to value the time in our life. Time waits for no one. If we do not value the time, if we do not respect the time for ourselves and for others, we are a big loser. So my advice to all of you, respect the time, be punctual, respect the time for others, because when you give respect to others, you give the respect back. If you value the time of others, they value your time. Time is money. Do not lose it. It's very precious. We are in this world for a limited time as well. There will be a time when we will not be here, but there will be a time when people after us will be there to remember us, either in good way or in bad way. I'm sure you don't want to be the person who will be remembered in a bad way. So do good in this world so you are remembered in a good way in the time of others. Thank you. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster DTM Khalid Jalal. Wonderfully said. A very good topic. You mentioned the importance of timing and the fact that the time doesn't wait for anybody and the need for being punctual and everything. And so that you could be punctual so that you don't be remembered as a late kid, but remembered as a punctual person forever. Wonderfully commended. Thank you. Now moving into the next topic, who would like to be my volunteer for the next topic? Future Moyo has raised the hand. Can I have Future Moyo here? Future Moyo. Okay. Do you mind having a video on?
Mr. President, I don't have electricity.
All right.
So I'm in the dark.
Oh, you're in the dark, but as long as...
Yes, I can turn on my video. Yes.
No problem. No, can you see me?
But I'm in the dark.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Oh, okay, fine. As long as you can see me, it is fine. As long as you're speaking, I can understand that you are a lady of light, though you are in darkness. Right. So let's move forward with the next topic. Your topic would be this. I'll just show you this. Whatever you get out of it, whatever you see out of it, and whatever you can guess out of it, you can speak on that.
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, your time starts now.
Wearing a cap when you decide to go out on a long walk helps you to at least you feel that you're covering yourself from the sun, especially if it's a hot morning, and it gives you a bit of energy. It energizes you when you are taking that walk or that run or when you're waking out. I normally find it interesting, or I normally find it motivating. It gives me a boost when I'm going out for a workout if I put on a cap. But then I've also realized that people who put on caps are mostly like gentlemen, when they're like having a laid back day, and they are thinking to say, how best can I really like look more casual? And most of them, they will say, instead of just walking without putting on a hat, they'll prefer a cap. So I feel that people, it gives them a sense of, it gives them a different feel when it gives them a light feel or a different feel when they are putting on a cap as compared to someone maybe who's wearing something casual. So I feel that when you wear a cap, it just lightens your mood and it helps you to be free, be relaxed, and just be in your comfortable space. I'm noticing, Mr. President, you love blue, because the cap that you showed me is blue, and you're also wearing a blue suit, and I'm picking that the blue is your favorite color. Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you. Can I call you Future Moyo? What is your good name, please?
Yes, my name is Future and my surname is Moyo.
Moyo.
I am Nuha's friend from Zimbabwe.
Wow, wow. Nuha's got friends in Zimbabwe. We're so happy. Thank you so much. Well done, well done. Future, you have wonderfully commented. And you mentioned how wearing a cap could give you a light feeling, a casual feeling. And it also says that when you have instead of a cap and you have a hat, it could be more of a gentleman's feeling. And you also did guess that my favorite color was blue. It is indeed my blue. Blue is my favorite color. Next comes black. And a great explanation of the cap and how cap could be used on a sunny day as well as otherwise. Well done, well commented. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Future. Are you a Toastmaster? Future, are you a Toastmaster yet?
Yes, I am a Toastmaster and I am interested in, I notice you are in IT. So I am a business development manager for an IT company that deals with cloud services in Zimbabwe. So I wanted to network with people who are already in IT. So I feel your club has the caliber of people that I need to interact with. And
please. You're welcome to come and visit us and even join us, because now there is no borders with online meetings. You can even join from Zimbabwe. And yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you so much for the comments. And that was Future, and from all the way from Zimbabwe. Now, do we have Toastmaster Day? I think I can go for one or two more comments. Is there anybody else who will be interested? Will Mayo's friend Nuha would be interested in a topic? Nuha, would you be interested in commenting the next one?
Nuha, she is busy, so you can take me.
Okay. Is there anybody else who would like to comment right now?
Me?
You? Okay. Mohamed Vikaruddin. All right. Okay. Mohamed Vikaruddin. Right. Mohamed Vikaruddin, your topic. Yes. This. Okay, your time starts now.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The picture or the visualize what I identify as bulb, and they said it's a light give you the knowledge. That is why we can see here all our Toastmasters joining for their communication and leadership. So the light, I can say, is a vision. Once you see your light, and whatever you can see from that light, it is having some limitation. So our vision, we don't have any limitation. We can imagine ourselves wherever we can. This is the one example. Another example of the light, as one of the speech I listened from our president, the darkness give you some light. You need to follow and get knowledge and bright your future. So in that path, I am also following, and most of the observed president is an example for that. Apart from this one, the light is a knowledge. Knowledge in terms of anything. It can be technical, it can be communication, it can be a technology. Wherever you want to have some light, you can overcome the darkness. This is overall my table topic about the light. You take the light and go ahead. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohamed Vikaruddin. Thank you for that comment. You did mention more about light being knowledge. Your focus was more about light being knowledge, and you did remember one of my presidential speeches and did mention that the when in the midst of darkness, when a simple light comes, the light destroys darkness and goes forward and captures. And you did mention about the technology and everything that connected to knowledge, knowledge which is actually a part of the light. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vikaruddin, for that wonderful comment. Now we move on. I think I will only take one more comment right now because of the lack of time. Who would like to be? I would like to give it to people who have not yet going to assign anything. Abhijit Nath, would you be interested for the next comment? Abhijit, are you hearing me? All right, I can't hear from Abhijit. Lisa Yarde? Okay, if not, Noor Mohamed? Okay, Lisa, are you there?
I was just really giving my excuses. I'm in office. So I'm just listening.
Oh, you're in office, so I don't want to disturb you. Go ahead.
I can
Noor,
take
are
it.
you?
I
Yeah,
can take
who's
it.
that?
I can take it, no problem.
All right, we have our incoming president, Toastmaster Ahmad Al-Balushi, our current VP Education.
I prefer the guests to take over if they want, anyone.
Yeah, the guests, and I don't see anybody really volunteering at this stage. So, Ahmad, you can take on. All right, Ahmad, I'm going to give you a very simple one.
Ah, are you?
Good.
Okay, follow Toastmaster, dear guests. Good evening. Protection. Life is not easy for us, and it always, whenever you walk forward, lots of obstacles comes in front of you. Now, the mask itself, it shows that it's a protection for you. Yes, this is very true, but also it stops you from seeing what is in front of you if you just keep watching beneath your feet. Now, an example of the use of the mask, a real example is the COVID-19. But if we see COVID-19 as an obstacle or a bad thing, then we are not seeing the benefit of the mask itself. COVID-19 showed us lots of useful things. We have benefited from COVID. From my perspective, I can see that we benefited from COVID-19 more than what we lost. We have moved towards future technologies in so many places. The work has become from distance. Lots of saving happened. The kids, the young, the alpha generations, they became more stick to technologies. They understood that the future is changing. So these are the positive points of the COVID itself. The same goes with mask. Wear the mask, protect yourself, but don't forget, there is a reason for this mask to be worn. It's not only to protect your health or the things that you are thinking in your mind that is a protection for you. See beyond the mask. See what is benefited for you and go toward that. Get the best out of it, because this is why the human has been created, to utilize the life and create a legacy for himself and others. Thank you very much, and back to you, the topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ahmad. Well said. Yeah, you have really represented the mask as the protection device. And you did indicate about it being used in COVID-19. And you also mentioned that COVID-19 should not just be taken as an obstacle to our blessings. COVID-19 has been a blessing in many ways, such as future technologies were discovered. And then you said, don't just take it as a mask, as a delimiter on it. You understand that what are the things that proceeds out of it. Wonderfully done, wonderfully commented. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ahmad Al-Balushi. And with that, I think because we are running out of time and we got the installation in place, I will conclude this session for the moment and now pass the baton. I'm sorry that I could not give opportunity to everybody here, but then I believe that this is a very short session. So I'm passing the control. Thank you so much for being and commenting. All the commentators did very well. Now passing the baton back to the captain of the show, Toastmaster Mohamed Saie. The control is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Santush Abraham. Next, we'll be having our general evaluation session with Toastmaster Fatma Farzan. The mic is yours, Fatma Farzan. Thank you. Toastmaster Fatma Farzana.
Thank you, Mr. TMOD. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Evaluation is an important aspect in Toastmasters program. Those who receive evaluations grow as speakers, communicators, and leaders. Those who give evaluations develop a skill that is valuable in all areas of life. My role is divided into 3 elements. First is to obtain reports from the speech evaluators. Second is to call upon the tag team for their reports. Third is the evaluation of the whole meeting. Let's start with the evaluations of the prepared speeches. I would like to call upon our first evaluator, Toastmaster Niroz, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Shakil's speech. Let's welcome Toastmaster Niroz.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Lao Kizo once very rightly said, a journey of 1,000 miles. 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. Congratulations on taking your first big step, and hope you are happy breaking the ice by delivering your first speech in Toastmasters, which has come to an end today, TM Shakil. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. May I request every one of us to give a big round of applause to TM Shakil for taking this challenge and delivering his first ever speech in Toastmasters flawlessly. Do you think the audience, was it an icebreaker speech? No way. It was like a seasoned speaker who delivers his speech after several years, like TM Khalid, wasn't it? Moving forward, I found TM Shakil excelled at the following areas. They are: TM Shakil, your speech was enjoyable and the topic was chosen excellent. I especially like how you began and explaining to us from the beginning to the end. Where were you and where you have reached today? You connect the dots in a smarter way. A good speech always consists of interesting stories. You have used the perfect examples, no doubt about it. You use your hands well and your gestures were excellent, like this. Spoken language was so clear and easily understood. In the conclusion, you said that the comfort zone is the dead zone. Well said, and a very good message to all of us. But there are a few improvements that you have to focus on. Let me explain you one by one. Do not use a closed hand while you are giving your speech. Always use your hands wisely. You could have also presented your speech by adding a few questions. This approach will force the audience to listen carefully and engage themselves either. For instance, you said, from a small town or big city you reached and how it was. However, you could have phrased it in a form of asking a question like, how would you all take this challenge? Have you ever faced such challenges? Yes or no? The time was not well managed. I believe it's okay. You may work on this in the future. What I suggest is to practice in front of a mirror, plenty of time until you are within the time. The use of tone could be little better. For emotional phrases, you should use your voice softly. And for interesting phrases such as achievements, you may use your voice louder. Overall, it was a well-structured and vibrant speech. All the best, and looking forward to more speeches from you. Thank you, and back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Niroz. Our second evaluator for today is DTM Khalid. who will be evaluating Toastmaster Anis's speech. Let's welcome DTM Khalid.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Toastmasters, the purpose of Icebreaker is to introduce someone, herself or himself. Now, from the delivery of the speech, how well has Toastmaster Anisur Rahman introduced himself today? Today, we know that he was born in India, in Bengaluru, completed his education from Andhra Pradesh. He's qualified as electrical and electronics engineer, but he changed his field to IT and he started his professional career in 2005 with an Indian company called ITC Infotech. Then he joined Accenture India, and finally he landed in Bahrain in 2012 with Almoed Computers, and now working as a cloud and digital transformation manager with Almoed Computers. We know also that he's happily married. Someone has to define happily and married. Usually we joke on that, but he's happily married and he's a father of 3 beautiful kids. And he also told us about the second kid story. And that second kid actually motivated him, and he feels second kid is the person who changed him from what he is today. Of course, he joined Toastmaster to improve his communication leadership skills because his spark in his life is to grow and to lead. He taught us some few great lessons from his beautiful statements while his speech delivery. He said, life is full of excitement, life is full of opportunity, no doubt about it. And he also told us it's never too late to start, and it's never too late for him to start Toastmaster, and that's why he's in Toastmaster today. So we know the entire life story about Toastmaster Anisur Rahman. We know who is Toastmaster Anisur Rahman. That's the whole purpose of his icebreaker. I found him very confident when he was delivering. He was not nervous at all. He's excellent command of language, and he was very well expressing himself.
I think we vote for the table topic.
And he summarized his entire life in 4 minutes, of course, without any disturbance. Now I can hear some disturbance. Now, what can you improve, Toastmaster Anisur Rahman, in your coming meetings? Try to deliver your speech by standing up. There's a purpose why you're in Toastmasters as well. Because when you deliver your speech while you're standing, we can also judge your body language, which you missed today. I could have given you more feedback. Your voice modulation was a bit straight line. I would recommend you to also practice becoming a little bit better in the voice modulation. Overall, your speech was very good. You were very confident. You expressed yourself very well. Just work on your voice modulation a little bit and try to stand and deliver your speech. You will do a great job. And I wish you all the best. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Khalid. Now we are moving on to the second element, that is tag team reports. The first officer for today is our timer, Toastmaster Tawfiq. Please present your report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. The first speaker who had his icebreaker, Toastmaster Shakil. He spent about 7 minutes and 1 second. The second speaker, Anisur Rahman, Toastmaster Anisur Rahman, for his icebreaker. He took total time 4 minutes and 38 seconds. Then coming to the table topics. It was a very excellent table topics, the way of describing by the president today. The first one to take the role was DTM Khalid Jalal, and it was 2 minutes and 12 seconds. The second one was the guest, and the time taken was 1 minute and 58 seconds. Ms. future Mayo. The third table topic taken by Mohamed Vikaruddin, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And the fourth one, President-elect Ahmed Balushi, 2 minutes and 7 seconds. The general evaluator, the evaluation for the speech taken by Toastmaster Neroz was 3 minutes and 21 seconds for evaluation of icebreaker speech of Mr. Shakil Sheikh, and evaluator DTM Khalid took 3 minutes and 19 seconds for speech of Toastmaster Anisur Rahman. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tawfiq. Is anyone exceed their time? Any members?
As mentioned, speech break, icebreaker for the Toastmaster Shakil Sheikh had exceeded his time limit, 7 minutes and 1 second. I leave it to the chair to decide. Thank you.
It's an icebreaker. I think we'll let it go. It's okay.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Tawfiq. Moving on to the second officer is our counter, Toastmaster Vikaruddin. Please present your report.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Overall, I observed the report from our total overall. I can count here, it's mentioning around 55. If you want individual also, Madam, the report.
Who has taken the highest?
Our TMOD Mohamed Al Saie has used R around 35 times.
Least?
And least by our DTM Khalid Jalal.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Vikaruddin. Moving on to the third officer for today is our grammarian, Toastmaster Wasim. Please present your report.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Once again, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, overall, grammar users were excellent. I'm sorry if I could not concentrate on all, but as far as my report is concerned, the word of the day is used 4 times, 2 times by TM Vikaruddin, 1 time and TM Anisur Rahman, and 1 time our President TM Santosh Ibrahim. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wasim, for that report. Now, it's time for me to present the general evaluation report. A formal educational meeting etiquettes were followed wonderfully. Congratulations to all the officers and members. Sergeant at Arms started the meeting on time and recited the mission statement. The President called the meeting to order and adopted the agenda flawlessly. TMOD, can we have a round of applause? A wonderful task you have been accomplished. 2 wonderful icebreaker speeches were presented. Evaluators were brilliantly presented their assessment of their speakers. Timer efficiently performed his role. Our counter produced a detailed report. Grammarian chose a wonderful word of the day. Table topic master conducted his session wonderfully with objects, and it was entertaining. A few areas for improvement. TMOD would have been performed better if he would have been coordinated with the VPE for the flow of the role. Try to project the word of the day so that the speakers can use it. Since it was a last minute substitute, TM Wasim took over. Okay. Next, the agenda. Try to upload it in the chat. Overall, this is a fascinating meeting, and kudos to every one of us for making this meeting successful. Salutation to the founder, DTM Khalid, for forming such an amazing club. If we all play our part in every meeting and feel valued, the results will be tremendous. May God bless us all and our club. Over to you, Mr. TMOD.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Fatma. I have a lot of I have to work on. Always, I'm always on top. I have to be in the Guinness Book. so I have big targets to achieve. It's my 5th time, I think, attending, but I'm very happy, and I have. It's very nice to have a challenge always, and as a challenge, and you know, it is, and you know, I said it again. So anyway, I'll not say more as and you know. And I'll pass it to our Toastmaster Mohamed Nerouz, MC Installation Officer.
Toastmaster Santosh, can you
Not me.
post to the evaluator, Toastmaster Nerouz, because he need to give the presentation.
He's already a co-host. He's already a co-host.
Okay, thank you.
Recording.
Toastmaster Nerouz, you introduce DTM Ahmed Rizvi.
Okay, am I audible and visible?
Let me take this opportunity to welcome our installation officer for this evening. Thank you again. For those who missed the presidential speech, I would like to thank all of you, for all the ExCom members, for a wonderful term served. And it was a great privilege to be the president of this club for this 2nd year of the BITP Toastmasters Club. Today, we have the new officers being installed. And for that, we have a wonderful person, a veteran, who's been in the Toastmasters arena for almost 2 decades. I know him right from the time of 2001, wherein he's been a great advisor, great guide for a lot of people around here. And we really, we're grateful that he's now the area director who's here to install our 3rd committee of the Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters. Please welcome our area director and the installation officer for this evening, Toastmaster DTM Ahmed Rizvi, with a big round of applause. DTM Ahmed, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, Toastmaster Santosh Abraham, for that magnificent introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and most distinguished guests, especially this Division C Director, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Jalal, and District 20 Club Growth Director-elect also. With due respect for any other officers who are being present here, with all due respect, I wish you all very good evening. It's an honor and privilege for me to install the new officers of the Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters Club. Please withhold your applause until the entire ceremony is completed. Before we proceed, with the installation of the new officers, it is my duty to discharge the outgoing club officers. I would just like to call all the outgoing officers to just please stand, if you all can. Oh, okay, it is in the slide. On behalf of Toastmasters International and District 20, I thank all of you for your accomplishments and salute you for your service. You are discharged from all further duties and responsibilities as officers of Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, I think only one lady is present, but anyway, to show our appreciation for their hard work and dedication to office, please give a thunderous round of applause for all the outgoing officers. Thank you so much. I am here to install the new officers of Bahrain IT Professionals Club, Toastmasters Club, and to prepare them for the challenge that lies ahead. Their collective challenge is to make this club strong and dedicated to helping people from all walks of life to listen with sensitivity, think creatively, and speak in an effective manner. As I briefly describe the responsibilities of each officer, I'll ask him or her to just raise the right hand and just stand and take the oath as far as possible. If the officers can stand and raise the right hand, I'll be glad to give the responsibilities to the new officers. Sergeant at Arms. Can I have the officers standing? No? Okay. Toastmaster Mohamed, the Sergeant at Arms, you are the 7th ranking officer and your key word is friendship. As a symbol of your leadership, please raise your right hand. The duties of the Sergeant at Arms are to reserve the meeting space in case of physical meetings or make sure the Zoom link is circulated to the members in case of online meetings. And also make sure that all supplies or forms are supplied or provided to the assignees and in physical meetings distributed and displayed. Greet your guests and members and call and make sure the president calls the meeting to order at the scheduled time. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability? Is the officer present or no?
He is not available at the moment.
Toastmaster Ahmad Al-Balushi, can you confirm? Is he here?
No, he is not here.
I confirm that Toastmaster Mahmoud Al-Adraj will accept the role of Sergeant at Arms.
Okay, thank you so much. Can somebody, please, the officer is not present, please, somebody can confirm that one of the officers. Next, I'll go to the treasurer, Toastmaster Wasim Khat. You are the 6th ranking officer and your key word is stewardship. As a symbol of leadership, please raise your right hand and affirm as follows. The duties of the treasurer are to collect dues from the members, send the dues and the membership renewal reports to Toastmasters International, provide a financial statement at least once in 3 months to the members, and pay all the club expenses whenever it is due. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do.
Thank you so much. You may put your right hand down. Next is the secretary, Toastmaster Anizur Rahman. You are the 5th ranking officer and your key word is record keeping. As a symbol of your leadership, please raise your right hand and affirm as follows. Duties of the secretary are to keep an accurate record of the members, submit the officers list to Toastmasters International after the election, record and read minutes of club's regular and executive committee meetings, and keep the club charter, constitution, bylaws, and any other copies along with minutes of meetings. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do.
Thank you so much. Next is Vice President Public Relations, Toastmaster Sheikh Tawfiq Khader. You are the 4th ranking officer and your key word is communication. As a symbol of your leadership, please raise your right hand and affirm as follows. The duties of the Vice President Public Relations are to promote the club to the local media, spread the word about Toastmasters programs to non-Toastmasters, work with the club officers to prepare and distribute a newsletter, attend the club officers training, and also attend all Toastmasters events outside the club. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability? Thank you. You may be seated. Vice President Membership. Toastmaster Shakil Saie. You are the third ranking officer and your keyword is growth. As a symbol of your leadership, please raise your right hand and affirm as follows. As the Vice President Membership, your duties are to conduct ongoing membership building programs, welcome guests, explain the educational program and ask them to join, attend and vote at area council meetings and division council meetings, and follow up on new members and absent members, and encourage them to attend every meeting. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will do.
Thank you so much. You may be seated. Next is the Vice President Education, Toastmaster Mohamed. You are the second highest ranking officer and your keyword is progress. As a symbol of your leadership, please raise your right hand and affirm as follows. The duties of the Vice President Education are to plan successful meetings to help members achieve their educational goals, orient new members to the Toastmasters program as soon as they join in, preside at club officers' meetings in the absence of the president, attend and vote at area, division, and district council meetings, and monitor the members' progress. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you so much. You may be seated. Next, the President, Toastmaster Ahmed Al-Balush. Having been elected the President of Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters Club, your keyword is leadership. You are its Chief Executive Officer and will be expected to preside at all club meetings and at all regular and special meetings of the Executive Committee. It is your challenge to see that this club enables its members to achieve their educational goals. It's also your challenge to see that your club helps the area, division, district, and Toastmasters International to meet their goals. Please accept the gavel as a symbol of your leadership and dedication to office. The gavel is a symbol of power and authority given to you by the membership of the club. Use it wisely and with respect. You are a member of your team and a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It is an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club of which we all will be proud of. Will you, as President, accept this challenge and perform the duties to the best of your ability?
Inshallah, yes, I will.
Thank you, Mr. President. You may be seated. Now, I think almost all the members will have to stand or raise the right hand. Dear ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, the growth and development of the Toastmasters program in Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters Club depends largely on the actions of this group. On your honor as men and women of Toastmasters, will you pledge to individually and collectively stand by this club, live with it, and work with it throughout the coming year along with your team of leaders? Say, I will.
I will.
I will.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Thank you so much. It is now my pleasure to declare these Toastmasters installed into the offices to which they have been elected. I wish the club and the incoming team leaders a very successful year. Now I would like to turn control to the Master of Ceremonies, I guess, or is it the incoming president who will be speaking?
Has to go to me.
Okay.
To me.
Over to you. Screen is all yours.
Thank you very much, TM Ahmed. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, the previous XCOM. Thank you very much for everyone who shared with us and who was part of this success. Before I start my speech, I would like to give a special thank to DTM Khalid. I'm really so thankful to this person, and everybody here should be very thankful to this person. DTM Khalid is a person who is committed to whatever he do, not only in Toastmaster. I was working with him closely everywhere, and in conferences, events, personally. We had some engagement together personally, and I can tell you, you can depend on DTM Khalid on anything that you want or need. A decent person, a respected person, a person who loves to help, who loves to support anyone. Thank you very much, DTM Khalid, for all your support during the last 2-3 years. Thank you very much. Big applause for him.
Should I cry a little bit?
Thanks. Second thing, I would like to thank our mentors as well. This club would not reach this stage if we do not had great leaders, specifically, and I will specify some of them like DTM Hisham, DTM Arshana, DTM Ahmed Rizvi, DTM Hosni, and others who spared lots of times with us, mentoring us, helping us to go to the success road. And this is not an easy task. You remember all of us that we were there from the beginning, how we started the club and how we moved forward. We started very strong, then it became, the curve comes down, then it goes up. But one thing I can tell you, that I would not be at this stage. I'm so happy because I'm here. I have been elected as Area 3 Director, and I have been elected as the President of BITB Club. And I'm so proud, I'm so happy about this. The one thing that I can tell you, if this happened to me 2 years or 1.5 years ago, I would hesitate a lot to take this responsibility. But I took it now without any hesitation for one reason only, because it did help me to increase the level of my leadership. It did help me to be a better communicator. Before I come here, I had an event, a conference. It's an international conference. I was the moderator. And I got lots of thanks and appreciation messages from the organizers telling me, you are one of the rarest people who could handle and moderate the session in this talented and brave and very innovative way. And I myself am thankful to Toastmaster. Toastmaster gave me this. So for those who still hesitate to step forward and thinks that he is busy with life, he is busy with work, he is busy with family. I was so busy. I was working maybe more than 14 to 15 to 16 hours a day. That stopped me from going to this stage. When I freed myself a little bit, this is where I reached myself. This is where I become now. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. This is a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and support from other Toastmasters and DTMs. And believe me, when you enter to this world more deeper and deeper, you will be amazed with the quality of the people that you will meet, the quality of the decent people that you will meet, and the quality of the services and support that they will give you. And you will be amazed of what you will be gaining. The confidence, the trust, the discipline, the commitment that you will be getting. All these because you took the step bravely forward. And that step, that's only the beginning. I'm so happy that we could get professional Toastmasters with us, and the new members that will join us, like Toastmaster Anis, Toastmaster Shakil, and Tawfiq, all of you, and Ahmed, all of you, I'm sure that you will add lots of value to the club. And I have lots of plans, and I'm hoping that, not I'm hoping, inshallah, we will do a great job in this term towards greater success. Thank you very much. And I think I have to adjourn the meeting, or somebody want to say anything? I have to get it back to our current president to adjourn the meeting or say the last word, inshallah.
You adjourn the meeting. You are the president now.
You are the president now. The control is yours.
Control is mine. Give me the gavel, Toastmaster Santosh.
Send it to you. I'll send it to you.
I think we are ahead of the time, actually. If you feel that I can adjourn the meeting and we can have some chats or some chit chats, or you can say something before I adjourn. I think we have until 9:30, or we are done with the timing.
No, still we have more time.
Okay. What I would like, because we have time, if you allow me, I would like to take your feedbacks regarding what happened specifically for the old members, and I want to see the new members' feedback and what they are expecting. So I will start first with our IPP, then the president, then we will go as per the ranks. Mr. IPP, the floor is yours.
Mr. Santosh.
The IPP is now me. He's now PP right now.
I'm sorry. I want the TM Khalid, the ex-IPP. I apologize for that.
Thank you, Mr. President-elect in this case, because if I'm the IPP, so you're the president-elect. I think what we have come so far, we have gone through a lot of challenges. It's not us. Most of the Toastmaster clubs have gone through challenges. Some are still going through challenges. Some are surviving. I think for this club, there was a special vision, mission, why we have created this club. We want to have all IT professionals under one roof so that they develop their professional skills in terms of leadership and communications. We wanted to see our IT professionals based in Bahrain to be leaders. When we started the club, the discussion we had is whenever there's a conference, whenever there is panel discussion, we always see the speakers, the moderator, the panelists, they're all from outside Bahrain. So I always used to go and attend meetings. Where is Bahrain in this meeting? I didn't see it. Whenever we get an opportunity, I used to approach my peers, say, please come and be a speaker or be part of the panel discussion. I only get excuses. And then I realize is the confidence which is missing. And after joining Toastmaster, I felt this is the right forum to get everyone under one umbrella and boost their confidence and bring them to the next level. And I'm so proud to see the progress individuals have made in this journey. We have speakers, we have panelists, we have moderators from Bahrain who are taking care of all these leadership or skills and the roles. In terms of the club specifically, the challenges is, of course, we need to go back to our members individually, one by one, call them, meet them, and ask their reasoning why they're not attending the meetings. Mostly it is because of virtual meetings, I understand that, and the timing. So we may need to revisit our timing, revisit the members' priorities, and see how best we can do and meet our members once again in this club. We have plenty of IT professionals, but if we see our meeting, we only have 13 today. So this is itself a question mark. We need to go back and talk to our members one by one and see what we can do for them, what they want to develop in themselves, and what we can bring for them so that they develop. Do we need to bring special skills for them? Do we need to bring